And welcome back to the Hotline. We are talking Rally Sweden heroes and zeros. Who did well, who didn't? Yeah, a long time coming. Sorry it's a bit late. Late night finishes at work, and let's be fair, swearing gates with Formo. Sadly, it took precedent, but enough about that. Let's get into it. So a quick premise, before we explore the whole thing, I'd like to remind you that it's now 10 WRC victories for Elfyn Evans, and he's in good company, because it's alongside a certain Richard Burns. I mean, are you excited? Am I excited? I think it's absolutely fantastic. Evans, yeah, we're going to talk about it a bit in the Heroes and Zeros, but once again, just like I said in the actual Rally Sweden review initially, this is a very different Elfyn Evans, and I noticed it in Monte Carlo, but it became even more pertinent in Rally Sweden. It's a very different Elfyn Evans we appear to be seeing, at least for the first two rounds. And if you're an Evans fan, I'm sure you're getting quite excited about it. But, Braytel, let's then get into the Heroes and Zeros of WRC Sweden, which arguably was one of the best WRC events we have seen for a while, particularly at one of the best Sweden WRC events, a titanic battle which narrowed, well, the competitors kept falling off the wagon until we had really about two or three, but it was down to Toyota teammates. But let's have a chat about our first gentleman. And it's this guy, Gregor Monster. Yeah. He was up front before the rally even began. That a repeat of his Monte Carlo magic was kind of unlikely. I kind of guessed it would be as well. But I think after that, we never really saw him much, did we? He never really got going. He had. Let's be fair, a ridiculously, I don't want to say pathetic, that's too harsh, but disappointing first stage on Friday. That kind of ruined his weekend from the off. Left a bad taste in his mouth, and it was just kind of that set the tone for the rest of the rally. But he didn't crash the car, so I guess that's kind of a plus, if I'm honest, but still disappointing. So next up, and once again, a guy that has been surprising me in a negative way. So once again, like Monte Carlo, it's where is Kalle Rovanperä gone? Because this is not Kalle Rovanperä. Have they replaced him with someone? Kind of the same problems at Monaco. He had no feeling or faith. And is it all, the big question is it all down to these tyres? Is it all down to these Hankook tyres? And the way that Kalle drives a rally car has been affected, and he's got to change his driving style. That's a massive exclamation mark. And he won Kenya last year. He needs to, I think, win it again for his own sanity or his own confidence. Really massively disappointing. So he was an absolute hero in Monte Carlo. And not so much here. It very much was a rally of two halves, and that's what Dirtfish is saying as well. So we had what was a very solid Friday. Really good. And then Saturday happened. And then Sunday was almost bad because of the result of going into a snowbank. Ultimately, the thing was he kind of paid the price for what was a small mistake. Leaving your helmet undone, whoops-a-daisy, losing 20 seconds, but, and this is the but, with a capital B for Adrian Formeau, then I felt that he was then constantly trying to gain those 20 seconds back, trying to do almost the impossible. He did look at times absolutely impressive, until it was Snowbank 1, Adrian Formeau 0, sadly. So next up, again, disappointing. Never really got into the rally, kind of like a slightly better version of Munster, and that's it. At times his pace was really good, but he was kind of outshone by someone, and we'll get into that someone in a minute. So the guy that really disappointed at the Monte Carlo rally didn't disappoint that much, and even McLaren said he was surprised by his speed, but he wasn't really sure what everyone's expectation was. But this was the Josh that we wanted in Monte Carlo. This was the Josh that was actually faster than a Rally 2 car, a WRC 2 car, which is good. That is what we wanted. And it did seem he took a step forward from Monte Carlo. Although, yeah, he did a mistake. He and the spectators did well, though, unlike Formo, to, quite good at digging, let's say. So, after that young gentleman, let's get into the champion of 2024. So, yes, it was a better performance than Monte Carlo. Not perfect. And he didn't really seem, particularly on the first day, well, the first full day, which was the Friday, and it was the longest day. He didn't feel confident in his car, did he? But he came alive. A drink, and I'm gonna cough. He came alive on Saturday to vault himself into contention. But he couldn't live with the Toyotas on the final day. That's what Dirtfish was saying. It seems the Toyotas, in spite of Hyundai's new car, and their new bits on the car, didn't do particularly well. I think he'll be disappointed. Next up, we've got, as I keep saying, one of the fastest guys in a rally car of this generation. But it was tough to split the two Hyundais from Dirtfish's point of view and ours. He nips ahead because basically Tanak did finish ahead of him. Mainly because he was right there with the two leading Toyotas before this mysterious leak, which absolutely everyone denied as if it was a massive conspiracy theory. But it occurred on Saturday, and it forced him into what we now believe was hit that safe engine mode. And I kind of feel for Tanak there. So, who was next best? Well, this guy here, I mean, needs no introduction. Martin Sest, once again, in snow. He defied expectations. He made his two M Sport teammates look ordinary, if I'm honest. And also made M Sport look a bit silly for not signing him full time. I know there's going to be a money issue, but words that could have been used for Sesk in Poland and Latvia last year, and also in Sweden. That's what Dirtfish said. So, this was far and less emphatic performance, they're saying, but no less impressive, given he was on the back foot in nearly all respects. He set a couple of top 3 times and finished comfortably best of the rest, and the fastest forward best of the rest, off the podium. So, well done, Martin. Now, it brings me absolute joy to say this guy is right up there, Takamata Katsuta. I was thinking it was going to be the end of his career after Monte Carlo, and I tell you what, I've had to eat a bit of humble pie. I'm very full up. Had it not been for the brilliant Elvin Evans, Katsuta, there is a world where he would have finished first. His pace was fantastic, and the risk expertly managed for once. And he got close. This is the closest he's ever got to his maiden WRC. It was disappointing that he didn't win. I think there was a smidge for him disappointing, but this has by far been his best rally for years, in my opinion. And as I said, the closest to ever winning a rally. So, man of the rally, driver of the weekend. But people are saying possibly the best driver of Evans' career, simply because the penultimate stage where I think Taka had taken the lead. Now, it's so often we see Evans crumbling under the pressure, making a silly mistake, even rubbing against the wall or not being fast enough. He had that pressure, and he rose. He rose to the pressure. Now we've got this 6-week break, and he holds what is a very sizable 28-point lead, and that's over part-time Ogier. So, finishing second at Monte Carlo, finishing first at Sweden, as well as being the lead driver at Sweden, the number one, opening the road, which I thought was going to be a massive negative due to the weather. It kind of turned into a positive in most cases, but still, he still had to not make a mistake. He still had to go out there. He still had to be the fastest guy, and he did absolutely brilliant. This year is looking. Let's be fair. This year is looking to be extremely, extremely exciting. So, if you made it to the end, though, amazing. Thank you very much. Just by clicking on the video is more than enough for us. Absolutely. But if you'd like to do that a bit more, hit that subscribe button. That'll make me smile. Hit the notification button if you don't want to miss a video, particularly a rally video. We do, I don't know how many we do. I try and do at least 4 or 5 a week, if not every day. But sometimes there's not that much news. But there's obviously a lot to talk about. And so far, this has kicked off as arguably one of the best rally seasons ever we could have. I'm the eternal optimist. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. But above all else, stay safe. Thanks.